In the deepest breath of the earth, where time curls back upon itself, and green walls of vine and mist obscure the gaze of modern man, there lies a place where the wind still speaks in the tongue of tea. Ye ancients, I came here not for answers, but to escape the questions. A traveler, withered by cities, disillusioned by glowing screens. The Amazon a name, a myth, a pulse I'd only read about. But books don't breathe, maps don't whisper, and what I found was far beyond words. It began with a river, a slow serpent of water, winding like memory through the jungle's heart. My canoe was small, my mind smaller still. The trees loomed, alive, not just standing, but watching. I filled them old beings with roots that remembered. Days passed without count. The drone of insects became a chant. The cries of howler monkeys a warning. I lost my bearings, but found something else. A hush in the leaves. A trail of carved stones. Symbols, circles, animals' eyes. And then they found me. Faces from the green, painted in ash and earth. Eyes deep and wavering. They said nothing at first, only gestured. I followed. What choice did I have? They were the Yarkai, a name that translates, roughly, as children of the Emerald Flame. No known contact, not on any list. But they were here, and they had been. Forever, their village was woven, not built. Homes like nests, balanced in the embrace of trees, smoke rose from leaves that never burned. Children ran barefoot, laughing in syllables foreign and fluid. They gave me food roots that tasted like memory, berries that sparked color behind my eyelids. I began to dream, not of my past, but of theirs. Elder Tanari spoke in riddles. He said, "The jungle does not forget those who listen." Each night they gathered by the fire. They told stories not as entertainment, but as ceremony. My translator was their silence, their rhythm, their eyes. One tale stayed with me, the story of Maku, the dream walker, a boy who wandered too far and spoke to the spirit of the ceiba tree. The tree showed him visions, rivers that flowed backward, animals that spoke in lightning, the breath of stars. When Maku returned, he was never the same. He spoke in riddles. He healed the sick. He vanished in his final year, returning to the forest. They say, as a jaguar. Elder Tanari looked at me then, long and deep. "You too have heard the ceiba," he whispered, "but you do not yet listen. Their wisdom is layered, not taught, but absorbed. Like the rain never striking, only soaking." Days blurred into green. I was shedding the shell of who I had been. My dreams grew vivid. I saw symbols etched in fire. I heard voices in bird calls. Then came the night of the moon silence. No frogs, no wind, no sound. The tribe gathered round a ring of stones. They invited me, a rare honor, they said. The elder women painted my skin with crushed flowers and charcoal. The scent was intoxicating like honey in thunder. I was led to a clearing. At its center stood a tree, ancient and massive, draped in moss like a grandmother's shawl. They called it Yokuruma, the listening tree. Elder Tanari placed a hand on my chest. "You will drink," he said, "and the jungle will show you its name." What followed is hard to describe. Visions, sounds that became shapes, a sensation of being both nothing and everything. I saw the first fire. I heard the earth's heartbeat. I watched as a snake uncoiled from the sun. And then, a voice soft familiar. "Why have you come?" My mouth would not move. My mind was air. The jungle waited. And I saw her. A woman of leaves and smoke, eyes of obsidian, hair flowing like roots through water. She reached toward me. When I woke, the stars had rearranged themselves. The jungle felt different closer. Watching with breath held, the yokai sat round me, silent, not in fear, but in reverence. You saw her, said Tanori. I nodded, though I did not yet know what I'd seen. She is Yema. He continued, the spirit who walks. Between bark and bone, few are called, few return. From that moment, they treated me not as guest, but as vessel. I began to learn. They taught not through speech, but immersion. The way the vines climb trees in spirals never straight. The meaning of that, they said, is patience. They showed me how to listen to the calls of birds, not just their tones, but the spaces between them. Silence, they told me, is where the spirits speak. I was given a name, Okaru, which means the one who forgets to remember. It fit me. One morning, I followed a boy named Zu into the mist. He was no more than 8, but he walked as though the forest bowed before him. He brought me to a cave. Inside, walls etched with symbols, spirals, animals, a man with light flowing from his head. This is where the dreams live, he said. And I understood. The yokai believe dreams are not internal, they are visitors. You house them, you learn from them, and when ready, you let them go. They asked me to stay. Not forever, but long enough to see. And in time, I did. I saw the jungle not as wilderness, but as cathedral. The snakes were guardians. The jaguars, prophets. The ants, workers of sacred geometry. One night, I was called again. The ritual of returning. It was time. Time to ask the jungle what I must give back. I entered the listening tree alone. My heart was steady, my mind quieter. This time, Yema did not speak. She listened, and I wept. I wept for the noise of the world beyond the canopy, for the rivers dammed, the languages lost, the trees cut before their names could be spoken. I wept for forgetting, and as my tears touched the roots, I heard it hum, deep and rising. Not sound, but memory. The jungle sang through me. It showed me a path, not just out, but forward. I would return, not to the world I left, but to the world I now carried. With the tribe's blessing, I departed. But the jungle, it never leaves you. Now, as I speak these words, I carry their breath. Their wisdom is not mine, it is ours. Yokai saying, only those who become the forest will understand its silence. Listen, stillness is speaking.